Yes, and I did. So I'm gonna have one dynamic. When it's done. No, just reconstruction. Oh no. I just oh they rent it. Eighteen spots.
Mine was saying,
Oh, it's like our friend, they're still wrong. It's almost like a living When I said I said they were on that call and I changed it.
That's not why I'm here. Thanks, sir.
Really a hater.
You hater?
I hate her. But she still owes me 13 More business.
Yeah. She's available.
You can give me 2 years notice, so you owe 14 days, 14 lessons.
Thank you.
Yep.
You want that one? Please.
Said I didn't work good enough, and
Oh.
I will have it for next week. Introduce you to.
Appreciate that.
Oh, no,
How did you get in?
we found somebody who was in here.
You just back.
I was going to ask them, I had a thing up, she already on. I said, what is waiting? Yeah, that's it, it's a good reason. You didn't get on the interview. Probably could read the papers on that stuff. No, just sit over.
I lost the last test week.
It was.
Off the last test week.
Thank you.
You know what?
Yeah, you were. Okay, I think it's, I think that's I have now. City council meeting. Tom, Carol Johnson. Here. Jack Kirby.
Here.
Ann Willard. Here. Terry Booker. Here. Tony Simpson. Here. Howard Bogart. Here. We have a quorum. Okay, before I go to citizen comment, there's only two things. If you look at this agenda, item 4, I screwed it today. That was the 9th. Item 4, and then on number 5, I'm not going to live that long, so I can't have that information in 30.3, so that change is going. Okay, now to move on. Citizen comment. Anyone want to make any comments? Steve? Oh, that's about right. Any comments from anyone on what we need or do, or advice?
Any more on the agenda items?
It could be that, or just, you know, like something going on there in the community, let us know, or something, or something you want.
Well, there's
It's
the,
kind of everything.
is doing the franchise deal on a trash company that have been selected, and have they already decided, they all decided to do that, or?
No, sir, we are going to work on it tonight during this council meeting. We have taken a draft from another city and we're plagiarizing it, working from it. We are not, and just let you know, I'm gonna tell you who gives use. Whoever you want, a business for is to generate a little bit of tax money in here, so we can build our funds up, so these roads really get to where they need more repair. I mean, I need repaired out. The roads are needing repaired. We're gonna have the funds to do that. Right now, we just don't get much tax money with it.
Okay, well, I was thinking if we charge a franchise fee, they'll probably just raise the rates on it.
That's right.
It'll be kind of indirect tax on us, so.
The same thing goes, we try franchise taxes from Southwestern Bell, which owns fund that we have. We're not, we still get the check at Southwestern Bell. I can't believe it. Direct TV prices pays, money, it's very good. And, Johnson County, United Water, they have franchise. We already have these fees in there on Sunday, but we're losing out on a lot more. Amazon, I know down our windows. We need to get that on them. FedEx, same way. So if we get these built in, it generates more revenue. Because right now, our revenue only grows about 30,000 a year. And to do really good road maintenance out here with inflation right now, you're probably looking in the neighborhood of 300-500 watts. And we looked at about 430 in them. So if we spent everything we had, we may not go get roads in. It wasn't even built by the city, so the government generous. So that's the reason for the franchise tax. It keeps us from having a city tax, property tax.
Is there any limit on what they can rate to,
Most of the time, I think these are pass-throughs. Currently, I've got a contract in right now for United Mobile. It's a 10-year contract. I haven't even look at it yet because they have to be signed until the end of the year. It doesn't expire till the end. But they also sent a contract out because they're the one that signed is getting internet service through that. That's another thing, it's actually in our single contract on that one as well, which said, the resident of mine would give the city something. I said, I have to do a bid, we'll look at it. The only thing is, I was told on the way on, it said it'll be renewed for 10 years. And the only change on it is, at the end of that 10 years, it will automatically renew yearly once we go on the stock. They don't have to go into the contract.
So, there's not a way to have whoever we want for our transportation.
Sure can, sure can.
Can you tell us about the fire building ordinance?
We're fixing to review that again, a few other topics, get it out here. I don't have a second reading for that tonight, and I'm up to that, we'll have third reading. I hope that's.
You didn't prefer to talk about on the marquee out here, saying whether it was burn ban or no burn ban and all that, and I haven't seen all of that, thank goodness. So,
You know, the marquee, the letters they have don't fit the stand, so they don't put anything out there anymore.
Online, it's on their website.
on the website.
But they can't enforce a burn ban.
It's usually on Briaroaks' website too, it's city
I
Briaroaks.
can't enforce a burn ban with this ordinance.
Yeah, I'm sure. There's no way the party goes during burn ban times, we're talking about right now.
If the county puts on a burn ban, we're gonna follow that line. All right.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
So I think one of those last meetings, I was at, we talked about, you had said something that why we not have speed bumps. I live on State Street in New York, and I'm so tired of traffic. We have so many kids that go down our street, and it's so dangerous, and
I just,
somebody's gonna get killed.
making it to my wife for comment I made in the fact that we drive and
I mean, it's every day that they're calling from
I told her I was gonna put counting on speed limits, and no one here, because no one here would care about driving the speed limit. So,
Is there?
let them have that, and somebody,
8 years ago, we had a speed bump, and I was immediately said no.
we looked at it, and the only way you can really put one in and not get a lawsuit in the city is it takes a full year before you can install it. Fortunately, what you have to do, you have to put up signage where you're gonna put the speed limit and when it's gonna go in, and when it's gonna be installed. And each month, you change the sign and read the date, keep it up to date, take pictures of it, date, that way you can give the public a full year of knowledge that this is coming. So when it's there, city has some, liability on them. We have warned everyone, we have that, no, it's been there. And if they can't read, they do wrong.
Put a few more deaths in the road.
That's
I asked about that.
Yeah.
I know, that's the one, I can't even pull the dogs out across the harbor with no ditch.
Speed bumps make sense to everybody. 20 years ago, a lot of cities around here put in the speed bumps.
I don't want speed bump, I want speed hump.
Speed bumps, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, a lot of cities around here put in speed bumps. If you haven't noticed, over the last 5, 6 years, they've all disappeared. As they redid the streets 20 years later, they've all gone away because they were proven non-effective and even sometimes more dangerous. You speed up just a little bit more, it smooths it right out. And a lot of accidents were caught. We noticed accidents being more prevalent in the area of speed humps. So it makes sense for you law-abiding citizens, those of us who slow down for a speed hump.
Yeah,
For the people who aren't gonna slow down, they don't.
That is good.
So,
There's more accidents with speed humps are why, because they're speeding. The police force right now cannot watch the speed, cannot watch the stop sign.
okay, well, we got almost 2,000 officers just north of here, and they can't watch the speed hump, so I don't know what you're expecting.
That's what I'm saying, that's what I'm saying.
Mayor, we tried years ago to get speed bumps or more money. But the county commissioner would not let us put them on more notice.
I'm just trying to say that speed bumps make sense to a lot of the residents. If you do more research, you're finding out it's hard to do, and I'm telling you that 20 years later, people are saying it wasn't worth doing. So I just think it's the wrong approach.
What's your suggestion, slowing down?
Well, you ought to come out in front of my house when 3 or 4 dads walk out in the street and stop the FedEx truck and ask them, do you have children? And are you okay? Would you like a drink of water? And you can take a deep breath.
These are really taking over. When y'all are all at work, I'm not getting my money up for him.
No,
I sit down there and give you a dirty look. That's
So-
about it. And if I were postman too, then I was postman, I gotta help.
Well, that was really easy to fix. He's a federal employee. Call his boss. That was really easy to fix. But no, we have several times stopped. There's 3, 4 dads down there. We stopped the FedEx guy. Hey, you all right? Take a deep breath. I'll get you a bottle of water. Do you have kids? We do. All right. Got your truck number? It's not hard to find. We don't know how to do that.
You can still have more funds on that landscaper project?
I believe I have.
There's more things than that extracting segment, and there's like, what,
Yes.
but,
I'm 4,000 up on the trail with us. I can probably sit out there on radar and clock all day long.
But it's not, I mean, again, it's, as you know, I realize the sign is here, but by the time, even with 30-mile-per-hour sign, by the time they hit our homes, it's 30s. They get 30.
Thirty's got the sign, but some.
What's that?
You know, and
Rest of the hill, like,
nobody wants to hear this part either, but this is the same complaint every city council meeting across America. We are not that special. So,
Maybe the solution is don't repair the roads, it forces people to slow down.
that doesn't work.
It doesn't.
It does.
What's that?
Follow these slow people down.
But the road here,
if you don't want to run out front of that, take the old sidewalk up your house, roll it out from that truck, you can pay it too.
Yeah, and then so I'm ambulance, just
we used to
UPS
have,
and.
we used to have a light lot out in the ring.
It's got best cars.
At 15-mile-an-hour speed limit going, you couldn't drive over 15 mile an hour. You could see.
Then you get more creative. If it's the same guy all the time, same time, let me know, I'll come over and talk to him. I got fun with that. Everybody calls me to fix that anyway.
Before, consider take action on meeting minutes from January 9th. And did y'all have a chance to look at them? Maybe if you got them on their other dates. Oh, middle of the day. That was the same. It was actually January 9th, December 9th. There was a great minutes, I had a wrong date on the day.
Motion to accept the minutes.
Yes,
That's 20.
so set street bidding. Motion been made to approve minutes with the dates correct. Do I hear a motion second?
Wait a minute. On this number 7, culvert on Harbor Road,
Yes, please.
what are we dealing with?
Go back to the reading.
But with the commissioner, 3, right?
Yes.
Commissioner,
Shane. Sean.
as a, yeah.
They called Terry and over, they said, well, Bob, I'll get it to it, then price of $100,000. Inflation, I can feel it might have to make $1,000, so this is serious.
And is that is it Mr. White that lives there by that culvert? Is he supposed to take those trees out and put dirt in there and build a kind of a plate or something?
That's what Randall did.
Was Rambo,
Yes.
okay.
And they were from being the free service, I'm paid the free service, or being free work, I'm paid the free service.
Actually, the right said it would be hard.
Okay,
They've been trying to do it, they're going to metal costs, you know, they're at the street.
there's a lot of restrictions in there, because the timing is on that, speed run per minute, for jumping ahead, that's what they. We don't want to really remove any of that, the trees or roots or any of that until we know when Randall's actually going to be here.
That's why he has.
Because that's the only thing holding side up. If we tear it out there.
I was down there, I was the first
Those are
year
good
down
trees.
there, but that county, that's the reason he's left us.
Yes, we don't want to go
He,
down.
he knows not to, because people trying to go down the rain pipeline to help him out, so.
If all we need is, if they'll let us know, plenty of city folks here, and we'll get it out, we'll get it out.
It is very good.
But I believe they all of those get pulled on very rocket posts. That's not the problem.
It's not perfect.
Okay. Again, we have a motion to accept the minutes of the correct date, put on it. I don't hear a second.
Did you make,
Jane made a
I'm
motion.
sorry, yes, so.
All four passing minutes. I saw it. Okay, this is the new one, I will, I'm finding, the secretary as well. I started to read. Tonight, we have to consider a resolution for the general and special election to replace 3 seats and 1 mayor, so it's on board with that. They're all up for re-election or elected. State passes resolution, it's got the dates on it, so partially, and people, we just need to get it passed for the final election.
We're gonna do an election, 2% prior to the official election.
No, this is the resolution to call. Okay, call it. And calling of the election, we've got the same new judge, which, it sends issue with the, so, city's being completely happy. So, we're recruiting, as far as the, auto market Heaton for recording of the election. I've already signed a lease on that, so we already got that secured. They do that back in January, not the first one, January. So we should. And since we do not have a city secretary at this moment, I have called the state, and the state has told me that since I'm the next person up from the secretary was, that I can run the election. And I can't, I say run the election, I can only glance. Things, paperwork done, and ballots ordered, working, civic sims on all that, do what the secretary will. And the elections here, I can do them. Maybe 2 reasons, run, I may run for office, the other is secretary, not go through the mayor. So, it's all background work, it's a lot of work that's how to be done. I didn't realize all of it until I started getting into it. And you gotta have calendars, because each thing's got a certain date, it's gotta be done. And like this resolution's gotta be in. So, with all that said, this is my first round, you almost look at this, and upload the copies. There's some blanks that gotta be filled in before it's all signed and finished, but now we just need a vote from the council to accept and agree with this resolution.
Make the motion.
Yes, I believe. Take that one like last time. Yeah. Cities and
About that.
They're doing something.
you're not understanding, I think, the way. I do they launch them, they sign, or anything. Plus, this is all, I don't want to do this sign here, but I will, some council, I will council this as well. But, we're going to start around.
Maybe Mary Foster could go with something.
So there we go, perfect. No.
Well, she will know how to do it.
So that when you goes typically the city secretaries, but since they're there, and there's also other sections of communication, because of you, we can go make some rules. And after we can fill in now, then,
So then, don't sign up, because that was the last one.
we can't sign it until it's final version of all the place.
Are we going to person parent, are we going without, those different steps? Oh, you know, we got everybody wants to do. Yeah. Nines and nine. This is one of us here.
Yeah, the part time.
And I think we'll have this.
Yeah, because those days were different, times were different.
Yeah.
They weren't just,
My wife part time.
yeah, she actually seems to this last one that were different.
Oh, yes.
Because they said,
Yes, can you, please be on.
So we need to approve this tonight.
You approve it, you can approve the provisions, if you generally. Well, if everybody takes, but in order to call one, not the days on that, on it. So, fine.
They really love you, they have on here. They,
And time, and time, so if no one is
we
doing.
just need to,
And if you need to amend it later, because something has to change, do that, but, something in there, or the hours.
so it's 3 hours.
It was, I don't know, the year, the election before, they did all the 77.
You know, different. Well,
Then they,
you got nothing?
It's on both sides.
Oh, from last year? Yeah.
21, 22.
And one. Good, good.
not every day, yes.
So, yeah, Monday, the last two.
Weekends are long.
Mhm. Yeah, there's, put all the dates and times on the website.
They had like, they had scattered hours, they had 2 late today. Times to get with work, it might be very well, to be able to work.
Right? Just so you want to kind of match that,
This,
okay?
that's not so that's on the website.
yeah.
Right, so that's.
And get right.
Thank you, Mr. Bill. Can't see what they're doing. Just the, from the low, it's, delivery.
And that's what you here, I'm gonna put to you.
Yeah. Me. It's Bill.
Yeah.
Yes, fine, sorry. Okay.
So we're meeting last tonight, so it's going to be the mission, like the. The voting hours.
personnel.
This is based on what we're doing here, on the department. State everyone to do, my, basically the same hour as last year. During those days, all applications will be. Can I handle it, or?
You can handle it in your program,
They can handle it by
office hours.
Some problem, unless you, the post office, do the post.
Yes, but I think the email that you on the notice that you will be posted in to work has those things that are to be on this.
They upload the PDF on the website. but also-
It's hard to get to the post office on Friday, 5, or whatever you come in, on that law.
But the election form allows somebody to upload a scanned PDF as well.
Yeah, I brought, if anyone's interested in that, and I did do an application. Finding the difference on each page on general elections, so folks that are here understand. General election is for the seats that are expiring. Special election is for the seat that was appointed. He replaced my seat, and I was appointed back. So, I didn't check on that one. Is election, 2-year seat or one? What's your bill stop? That's what I thought. So place 3, if you want to run for place 3, seat, you'll have to get a special election in the application, which I did put on top of the application, place 3 on the seat. All right. So, nice and see, y'all, make a motion, pass this, subject to your, subject to reading this to put the early voting numbers on.
Motion.
Did I have a motion to pass resolution subject to having early voting numbers amended for that? Everything? Okay, second. On favor? All approved. Second reading, really, I don't have to read it all, I did it the first time, unless someone wants to read it all about it. I've got one more copy here that we have. In reality, this was, we're actually not going to be part of it. It gives the mayor a few powers that if something affects the community in another county, we can step into the environment. If there's something worse here than it is out there, we can step into something. But other than that, the mayor's county. The county's called for a fire ban, we don't have a problem with it. And that allows our fire department to enforce it.
Name the fire chief?
What?
Does it name the fire chief?
No.
His position? He's the one that asked for this.
Yeah, you want to ask for it.
We went 50 years without one, the fire chief asked for it. We got one that names the mayor. Not the person. Should have said fire chief somewhere, so he can enforce it.
No, this is an ordinance.
And the mayor can call, felt that necessary.
Special time, only in that special time.
Okay, so can the fire chief enforce it?
I want to add the ordinance, that he can enforce it, for that, you know, that.
That's why he asked.
Mayor designee, should be authorized citation for violation of police.
That's what we think of it. We have another ordinance that names the chief here as a city fire marshal, so it works to concept.
You got any objection on that? We're done. So,
I think that the up to $2,000 fine is too punitive. I think that's too much.
Is that a maximum or is it
that's a maximum.
I said up to,
up to, you know?
That's a maximum.
I think that's too high.
I don't.
Is it up to the
First
part?
the problem is slap on the hand of this. Then if you got a guy that wants to play hardball with one, or any, you go back to your back at him with $300 or $400. And if he does it again, then you slap him with the big one.
Well, there's other things in this that you can fine them on also, not just burning.
What can you find on?
If they deem something a fire hazard, that's in there. And you get a widow out here that can't cut her grass and you say, oh, that's a fire hazard, bring that out. And you find them, you can possibly find them up to $2,000. And I think that's pretty high.
I think that's worst case scenario.
It can happen though.
But
It can happen. It's in there and it can happen.
it could be worst case scenario, but we're dealing with somebody we most assume is a reasonable person. Somebody else could get elected mayor, we already have ordinance, then we have a problem. We've seen that happen in national politics before. I'm just saying.
So it's at the discretion of
And
the
they would-
fire chief or the mayor? Well,
I think it's an overreach for the mayor.
I do too. I do too. Because we don't always
It's
know,
too much power.
we don't always know who's gonna be in this position.
Well, if you get.
Should it say-
if you get started, huh?
Should it say anywhere in here when you should start burning and when you should quit?
No,
That's what I'm saying.
all thing we're doing is we're matching the ground start.
Joe, thanks to you.
That's straight up.
You want to be there?
That's right. First thing.
Yeah, that's the, that will be. Is luncheon.
Right.
That'll be on the field. We'll leave it at 2,000. Luncheon.
I think what we're talking about is Vegas is up to 2,000 without having the ladder in place. Like the first offense would be this, second offense would be that, or, there would be, and you need to do first offense to be up to this, second offense to be up to that, so that if the first one was a slap on the hand, then, and the second one was gonna be up to $500, then your first one was up to $200. Then when you do fine for a second offense, you couldn't fine them more than $200, but you had to fine the first one. And that's how, like a theft ladder and in misdemeanor law in Texas, theft ladder or the damage to other people's property, that's how that ladder would work. It's spelled out instead. It's gonna add a page to what you have. That's the word.
Motion was made and seconded.
Okay, let me second to keep it as is. Favor. 2,000.
No.
Bill says, 01. Second readings. Third reading. So there's. Yeah, that's okay. Very nice. So,
Yeah.
that's another thing.
Yes, right.
And I'll bring it down.
I'll be big to them. Pretty great. Well, that would be. You. Yeah, I'm good.
Zero for child.
Okay, immediately after this meeting, on seven, job committee secretary, I will get that sent out to all the council members. And so sorry, I moved, I'm about to read. You can have my life taken, then back on.
Yes. Yeah, oh, now, I mean, my goodness, what's their copy?
I'll send it to you.
I think you did.
I didn't get it.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
I've got other staff responsibility, which includes this.
I'm gonna read it. That is coming up.
Oh,
Position description, city secretary, job summary. It's kind of linked, it's 3 pages. City secretary is appointed by the city council to plan, direct, and manage, and oversee the activities and operations of the city secretary's office, including serving as liaison between the city council and the coordinate, assign activities with other city departments and outside agencies, and provide high, be responsible, and operate administrative support to the mayor and city council. Responsible for all paperwork pertaining to official business of the city council and information, the city records, management program, active representative of the city, and various functions. Assist the mayor and city council with operating decisions, including interpretation of policy, law, ordinance, council guidelines, and official procedures, open records, municipal elections, record management, knowledge, and human resources. Position involves some contact with public in situations that affect the development of the job at hand and requires considerable time and response. This is not a full-time position. Council meetings currently are held once a that is the job summary. Supervision exercise, they receive, secretary receives general direction from the mayor and the city council. I'm not going to read all what's in the sentence, just the experience and their previous experience in good activities, knowledge of professional knowledge, and other works, supervision, good knowledge, and record management. Verbal fluency, good grammatical skills, ability to manage the office, and about the other, and interact with city officials, recommended in before that, I got the experience. I think that previous training related to the area assignment, or the equivalent combination of education, experience, which specifically essentially is a job such as those certified registered municipal court certification program is therefore required to obtain certification for the reasonable period of time to be determined and hired. Applicants must be liable to pay RC. I don't find it confidence. I think that it's basically plagiarizing from a couple of small cities that have this. I think a ton of doubt, but a lot of it in there explains exactly what our city does and saying it is. So again, this type of long reading, but some just a line of undone. Digging it out, does anyone have any issues with going ahead and find out, so you see if they have somebody like it, take there? I've got one like. But everyone, and I sent that person, yeah, the description to say an idea. They bring it up, they know.
Well, the sooner the better, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I'd like to come out of that, move on to eight, should take action on graduation, kind of the franchise tax plan. Terry makes this out, to me, to go through, we'll look at them. They don't have a chance to really look at their comments or anything. I have, but not that. They, James, really put this together, pulled it out of Rose and what he did. It's a combination, so. I'll give you one day on it, and everyone else will. I think it's 11 pages long. I kicked out everything all the way up to page 6. Where's the application for license at the bottom? That's where I started. First portion of this tells the homeowners everyone what they have to do, and how they have to do it. For graduation and what they can think of. Honestly, I'm not telling people myself, I'm telling them. What do they do?
Oh, you need to be more, what are they keeping anything on 6?
No,
So,
the first 5 pages to me are gone, and everything down, the application for license is gone.
You're saying you don't want the license. You don't want the license. You want the license removed.
No, application license, I didn't. So I said, start here on page 6 at the bottom. I mean, the first part of that will deal with the city citizens. Tell them when they have to put their trash out, when they have to go to the back. What kind of thing people put in the office?
Like an HOA.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So actually, that came right out of Bob.
Well, it's ridiculous for us to have the ordinance like.
So,
It's ridiculous if
So-
you put your trash can out carefully too.
I take the that.
for franchise, this is not the our citizens. And that's why I will first part of that. Everyone else may disagree, I don't have a vote, I'm just saying,
I agree with you.
I agree with you. Like, if trash can is out the next day, I used to put up. And then you
Because
come in.
we have elderly people out here. We have about 20 widows, elderly widows. I know 3 personally that are on walkers or has to use a cane.
Yep.
They cannot struggle with a can, but they can carry a sack out to the curb.
That's what I said, I'm not gonna tell them we got to do anything.
Yeah.
That's my way, that's my way.
I right out of Bob's website.
Just because it's bonds doesn't mean we have to have. Not everybody uses
He
bonds.
does, well, he doesn't,
Oh, that's who you're referring to, Bob, or something.
No,
Whatever, Bob sanitation, whatever it's called.
right, Mr. Woodard, that's exactly the way it starts, take somebody else's and you start plagiarizing it. Don't take it personal, that's the way to do it. But I agree with the mayor, take that page out because we don't want them to do it.
I mean, it's got all that.
Well, and then again, that was like education, because that is what he says you have to do.
He comes after you for on the fire.
There you go. That's economic 101.
I can tell you right now,
It's fine.
Bob don't take the trash out of the trash can and listen to the band. So every couple of times I have to take stuff that has come out of the band.
Well, not everybody uses bonds. And maybe that's why.
Well, I do, and I give him a Christmas card.
Okay.
I give
All right. Keep rolling here. If you got a copy of this ordinance, that first paragraph on page 6, when I started that, where it says person, replace that with trash service.
Wait, you're back on basic. This one, person.
Say person, trash service. Or franchise, if you want. This is their application to the city council for license.
No, to obtain a solid waste collection license to collect garbage or trash from commercial.
So they have a person must do an application on, we're not having a person, we're actually a company. The trash service. You submit an application for a okay. Go to page 7, actually my company, on 13, this is where it goes up there, I'm gonna do it. Such other information as the, it's kind of a bunch of things listed out through here. They kind of put on here, such other information as the mayor may or may not require. That's going to be the city council. City council will have a discussion on that. And on 13C, versus the city mayor shall make a positive legal investigation, that would be the city, not somebody's below. Down at the bottom, where it's so these last and bring it on the city mayor, so it's the state out there. See? Here comes the big one. Pay license fee, it's raised for working in the license. And here it's 8%. A month, 8%.
Well, yeah, this is,
8% of the gross receipts. The franchise fee. Take 8% out equals, bonds is $70, basically for 3 months. 8% is $6 to remove $6.
how much is your projected income?
So, we should see something.
And that's for quarter of our, is the product.
Yeah, it would be paid for, it would be say percent. It's up to y'all to decide if you want to be that percent.
That was just put in there for discussion.
I don't think that it'd be 5% depending on where the someone was paid, you know, paid it. This is my rate, and some,
Well, just have a business meeting in a while. I think his daughter, you know, say if you can go this percentage, how much if you go on the citizens, and go this percentage, how much you go, you know. It's not a business.
in my mind, I thought, in my mind, if you do 8%, they're probably gonna go to 10.
Yeah.
Cover their fees for.
So you go 4%, they go to 5.
Yeah. And we need to have a discussion with whomever.
Yeah.
Because they may be collecting it and we're not paying.
Correct.
So that discussion has to be done.
They're not saying that.
Because
Yeah.
somebody gets
Well,
like, I can see
oh,
it.
That
Like it was, they kind of, you really insert, they put into your night, go up, like a bill.
they're collecting.
They put a little insert in, I noticed at the city bill, but, because I get electronically on house. City bill had it in it. And, you know, that's what we had in the all the, when companies had their big bills, and you have to go up there every Sunday. Well, they came out, the first this year, I believe it was, or in last year. And got $440 million in bonds, so they could cover the bill, so the state paid the electricity.
Well, they're doing the collection now.
And now there's a relation over the next 28 years
Yeah.
to repay them back that 440 million.
As part of the settlement.
As far as,
Yeah.
You know, and did you also see where in 2025, they're not allowed to buy utility or power from, risers?
yeah,
Which is,
they're not allowed to inspire. So it's That's why the electric is going down, down. But I came from the energy sector, and I've been watching the other prices, and natural gas today is $2.50. That's where it was
Anyway, but
not too long.
what I was gonna say is, really, inputs from whoever you're with, they're collecting fees and taxes. Who are they paying?
But United, you can check about, so it's,
You know, who are they paying? It has to go to state contract.
Yeah.
If there's no agreement in place, if my understanding, no agreement, but state contract, contract, we don't know where to sit in.
okay, go to firm's license. So the city manager, I can go to council with above. Page 9, same thing, top, actually, city mayor, on the first paragraph, council. Verification of license, thing like, you get council. The mayor reviews for all these. Council doing vote on it, council will be responsible. Bill 59, verification license, that the city council revokes the license. Then the city mayor shall be notified. I'll put city mayor in one. Someone's gotta do this. Or whoever. Page 10, I gotta do other stuff. Okay, I gotta do. Y'all know what we're doing this time. Your property's correct, we're gonna tell you where that out of the the 11, solid waste recycle, that goes through bag required as well. Executive matters, fund requirements. I didn't really see anything in here that really out of line. I can let it off. Generally, everyone trying to do this already.
Yeah,
They just don't want to put the shopping bags out there on the side.
Again, ordinances are not for the people, for the everyday people, and all of the people that follow the rules. It's for the ones who business.
That's my take on it. Well, look at it, and we are. Yeah, I'll listen.
Okay. Motion to table until we consolidate comments. Wait. What she said.
Okay.
You don't have to have a whole motion to table it, you only have to table public hearings.
Okay, so we can.
So you can just put it the next thing.
I mean, they would be. I would
We
say,
gotta work on it, we just want the comments here, I mean, we know this was the, which call, right? No, we can add it to the agenda.
Hey, and what I would call, everybody else do this, comments. Everybody's going to view them and send comments to us so that we can make and irritate us and in business.
yeah, you need, sorry. Okay.
I have a question. Somewhere in the conversation, what I heard, part of the conversation I heard was, we have it at 8%. It was, comment was made, the statement was made. Do we sit down and discuss with Mom? If this is what we do, what do you do? If this is what we do, what do you do? Is that not?
That's
Paul's not gonna tell you.
That's in it, plus they have to open the groups and show them this, what all the groups receipts are, where I'm in the city. They have to do it, designate, or mayor designates someone, to go in there and look at the groups to see what being paid, what do you mean? Okay, salary on.
Does he serve in other cities that already have franchise systems in place?
We live, big rock theaters,
And they already,
pretty sure they got.
so he's gonna have a standard rate. He's gonna charge, I seriously doubt he's got a different rate.
I'm sorry,
For its residents and does approximately improvements.
They started with dialogue, their secretary,
Yeah,
kind of see what they're doing, because they are municipal money, you know, so across here, they line out the road.
They have businesses though. They have businesses in their city.
They got to get some money, they come to, well, Don say made, one of my friends, that was it. Yeah, they're getting, they're getting fed, they're getting meetings on,
But they have actually
probably people around.
big business.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
This is one, this will be good. Consider take action on police and animal control decisions. We eliminated, what do you got?
Well, it would be nice to have animal control today for the meeting, versus we're bringing in some of our
Absolutely.
It was like,
I started to call you and see if you wanted to go help me wrangle some horses.
well,
We'll be the first time.
Jason,
If I had my phone, I would.
We normally call, normally it's crossed every department, says we have animal controls.
I'm sure we've seen it.
Okay.
So whose horse are they get back from something?
Well, it's like, basically, man, they're getting my thing, can't go down here, but I'm saying this man on top of the one, or parks on the other, and I was like, well, okay. They ran my yard and ran out.
He put
There's
the,
three
I
kids
just
out
have-
too, did you get with them?
The what else?
There was three kids out too.
I see that, I'm the other direction.
Oh,
Hopefully they was in Bellevue or something. I don't know.
they should have over on Harvard.
It's like, I'm just out here.
They were on the daughters, but we got them.
Well, I saw, I was coming up water, I had my truck loaded with hay and feed, and that's why I couldn't chase them. But they were going over the hill
Pigs.
just to run.
The guy got those little ponies, 24 hours.
Did they?
He's already done the holes for his weekend.
Really?
Then she's going in this week.
They give the Longhorns a 35 service road, I called twice from him.
Yeah, we got on.
Some of those Longhorns on 35, yes.
Yes, Gary, Gary got out.
I told him, put them not that bad. Jared Brandon,
They still got the road for.
Okay, let's get back to this.
Please, I am.
Third house on the left side.
Do we want to have these positions, or we give them that for, right?
I would like to have it for something, so we had so many discussions about it back in months, and I didn't think it would be a good idea to. We thought over every scenario, I don't want to do it. But I don't know, we can't afford it right now, we know that.
I spoke to the, our precinct 3 constable this past week, Mr. Williams, I talked to him personally. And, Williams is last name. I didn't know.
So precinct 2?
It's Andy's last name.
No, it's precinct 3.
No,
So 3.
it's Andy Hall.
Precinct 3.
What was the conversation though?
Yeah.
Wait,
The conversation, you know, we were talking different things, but I think I get the police officer, whether I'm monitor, like Jennifer, secretary, told us to do. He said, yeah, we're out of town, he said, you know, I've got one, I said, I had one constable that's usually in court, I only have 2. He said, one's normally in court, I'll let off every day. He said, the other one usually out there in court, I said, not, and they're going to those. And, they said, need something? Call 911, normally go to the sheriff department, they want somebody that they call us, but I wait for the person. And I said, well, what about us, hiring a police officer? Here's our budget. Start that.
They're
I
gonna
said, it's only for 10 or 14 hours a month. Still, he says, you're not, he says, you don't want responsibility. He says, what you want, if you want him, you do security guard. They said, you're not gonna give your guys permission to write tickets, or you want somebody driving out here, watching, you know, these roads and whatever. Everybody go check, you're looking for security, not looking for police, because security gonna do the same thing. From all sheriff's department, see something like that.
So, like you said, one's thrown me out, drive around. We just haven't been on the route for 20 years, but we haven't had any problems. So, we just need to ask them, is there any way we can get on the route?
I personally say 100 plus, or something, conversation,
I feel more this year than I ever have, because you opened it out.
and sheriff department, better as well.
You just need to get on the route, then you're the route.
I think anybody can know what happened with that number, then.
That's what Jack just said, said it's on the floor, right, it's not signed last week.
About 2 weeks.
That one down the south.
Four-way stop, yeah,
Down about full cars.
I saw it there.
The same Hummer was driving through a bunch of front yards from the next neighborhood over.
They had sheriff department, fire department, everyone was down there since.
The guy was in Cut and John Davis was, right by that culvert.
And then they care about it. Okay, back to the question, folks. Be all the way around. Do we consider this, or do we table it for 6 months? Do you want to see it, or?
Yeah, I think it's over for 6 months. We're not, not
Or we eliminate, or table it, it's y'all's decision.
you know, not even budget for this year. We were, you know, making a possibility for this. Definitely not.
Only time you need an officer is when you need to. That's kind of one. I know that I was the officer out there, we got that, nothing going.
Yeah, Ray and Burleson was all their places, it takes 30 minutes to an hour, so we'll show up.
Okay.
So,
Longer for.
why would we keep a position one? Excuse me, I can't write, let's say the last time. So, between the last time. Okay,
I'll make it once again.
Yeah, okay.
oh, well, I see now, okay, and I'm still gonna ask that because when you share with you, I'll just you survey them. I don't recall ever seeing. I mean, I'm sure.
So, you don't mind, you know how many hours a week, hours a week, a month you work?
Well, not enough for me to want.
No, I'm just saying, you're being paid $200 a month.
Yeah, but so.
Okay, we're talking about an hour every, go off, yeah.
So with that, why would we keep a position one
Exactly.
that we don't need?
Right.
And I'm gonna go with the same, why would we keep an animal control?
Agreed.
When the community.
Why? I mean, we're doing it with the position, so why would we keep it there? Why would we eliminate it and just say, and somewhere down the road, if we in fact have.
Right.
I
just have a question.
Mr. Mayor, as far as animal control, there was an incident about where a neighbor's dog, 2 of them, went over in their neighbor's, yard and killed the pet cat. Well, the sheriff's department did go out, but the only thing they could do was to warn the neighbor with the dog, keep them up.
That's because the sheriff's office can't do anything with an animal like a dog or a cat unless it bites a new person.
You got a lot of hours out too.
They could not give a citation or warning.
You got a lot to do.
Lawsuit between neighbors.
They don't know what they call
Happens all the time.
That works.
Again, so why would we keep a position that we really don't need,
Don't
that we
need.
don't need, that we're not utilizing, that we can't, truthfully, we can't afford to utilize either one of those? Why is it something that is just much, you want to bring it back up and let's talk about it again, and so we'll put it off for another 6 months, as opposed to in 2 years, but we're good money, if we need it, we can bring it back up and add it in.
But how hard is it to bring it back, that position back, is my question. If you eliminate it,
It's saving us.
how hard is it to bring those positions back?
I don't recommend eliminating it whenever, well, fund it, it will get filled.
You say the position.
That's fine.
Yeah, what? As far as state goes right now, all of them taking out service. Legally, finance.
That person there.
Right.
So what's, are y'all voting, how does it work, you know?
Suspended that, they have to vote, whether it's suspended or it's legal. So I need to make a motion. I make a motion, I do that.
So you suspend, you can budget it minimal and use that money to build it.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
But two positions,
Make both of the same.
I
Both ways are the same. It's just one.
can't make a meeting.
Hey, Jack, when's the last time we go to animal control citation in the city? Last time, you or the last time you patrol off the road?
It's quite a long.
His daughter was the last animal control officer. He was the animal control officer before that. That covers about 30, 40 years, I think.
Yeah.
No, he didn't tell us when the last citation was written. No, he didn't tell us.
Explain why it was a conversation, I mean, is that you're not eliminating, but you're suspending this and it's,
Yes.
okay, okay, I will.
Keep your position or just funding for it.
Okay, I make a motion to this thing suspended. Keep the position to suspend the money until we have.
Just zero that.
Got here, so.
Well, if we can come up with $2,000 that donate.
Are you gonna take a purchase of $2,000?
And
You said it, $2,000. Are you gonna accept the liabilities of him going out the street? Case in point. We had a great effort, we thought, it was gonna take this, you know, I know him, everyone in this room knows him. We thought he was ideal. And in one of our meetings, he proved that he was not. What would have happened if he?
Prior to the meeting.
okay, you can't take that.
Oh, yes, I can.
No,
No, because
he
the
was
sheriff
not.
volunteered to do our backgrounds for us, and he would not have passed the sheriff's background. So if you wanna play what if, he would have been, it would have
She
been caught in.
nominated him.
I didn't know.
No, she didn't. She was doing the background.
Well, even,
You,
I said, I
you
know
on the stage.
that he was ready to go.
Yeah.
But I didn't nominate him. We didn't even have a meeting for him.
But there is a lot of liability. I mean, even if you've got a great officer, you just have to stop somebody wrong. The liability is in the league.
They signed a suit.
And the way people are now,
We got a motion.
We gotta have more than 2,000. You gotta have a lot of money to look, police officer, like, I mean,
What my point is, if we're so broke, how can we come up with $2,000 to donate?
well, there's a difference of 2,000 and what you would.
Well,
Hey,
still,
I mean, I'm
well,
sure
still, 2,000 more to donate.
The additional 2,000.
Additional, yeah, additional.
I can just say the 55 to 60 years, the police were sitting here saying, don't do it, please.
The liability is not.
Please don't do it.
That
Even police officers that don't.
You don't want to have insurance?
I think we got a motion. We had a motion. To keep the position for suspend the funding.
They do what?
Do I have a second?
We've got a second.
All in favor? Passes 4-1.
So we're zeroing the budget line.
Yes,
On both?
yes. It comes back to the month. Don't get all this thing done before the. Consider take action on our treasurer position. do get really deep on it.
Horrible.
I'll make a mistake here real quick. I've been doing it for the last, let's see, since, June. I've been playing very well. I've been doing it for the last 7 months. With the use of a debit card, checkbook, I am down now to writing about 3 to 4 checks a month. That's it. I balanced the entire checkbook, which hadn't been balanced in 18 months. I did it in 3 hours. Just trying to get up to date, you want to look at it, it's there. And I have put that under the secretary's position description, do that up, it's the state. Assigns that position for the secretary, to look after the fundings and the bills. So, I believe it was all decided to be a regular position, if not, well, I'm going to be. Talking about being new position, just a handle the check.
I thought you were saying you're gonna get what's.
No, it's not separation, not separation.
And I'm not planning to be the treasurer, I'm just taking care of it. It's my position that both of those duties are not time consuming, and they should be the whole number. Yes, it's, that's the way.
There are not things you hire and demand bonding on secretaries.
I'll need a motion.
Motion to make the secretary.
Do I have to motion to make a secretary position or treasurer position or motion not?
Is the city gonna get sued by the people who were screaming that you have to have an audit every year?
That's
2 years ago?
Yeah. If we were only gonna go back a year, so if they want to go back a year and a half, I'll go look at it today.
Yeah, I'm not picking sides. I was up there about to get sued.
I know. There's been so much. And
I understand.
in my 7 months sitting here in this spot, I went through every bank withdrawal, deposit, debit, this, that. There's not a penny missing anywhere. It's all accounted for.
That's why the first 50 years that never came up.
The only thing that wasn't accounted for going through some of this was some of these expenses, when the checkbooks changed hands, some of these expenses were not, wrote down. I had to go back and put them in. But it does cost money to buy a book of the checks.
In all the discussions, we figured out there was supposedly never an official audit, and every year they saw, hey, is this simple column here, this simple column here, nothing's missing, nobody's complaining. That's a great audit. We're good. And we didn't pay anybody to audit.
Yeah, but there's a legal requirement.
There's a legal requirement for us to do that. We just try to get some money.
That's where we were threatened with legal action.
Yeah, and if they're going to sue us, it can't be punitive, it's just going to be suing.
So,
Back to the question. That function has to be performed. Who does it? Should be collateral to be whomever we hire, hired with the bonding requirements.
If I heard correctly, the treasurer reports to the secretary anyway, so
yeah.
the secretary would have to be bonded regardless.
When
Simple position.
If they oversee the treasurer, they would have to.
it is, but something, just looking down the road, you don't have a secretary, you don't have applicants. Some people are more skilled in some areas than others, some may be more willing to take the job if it's this job, but not this job, but that job. You might want to just wait and see who applies for the job and they're willing to do that.
Show what it entails.
Yeah,
You just made it sound like treasurer's job's pretty easy now.
It's gonna talk about it. Then I got a spreadsheet on the bills.
So you got it,
I've already got a spreadsheet started this year for this year's bills. Does anybody else get one spreadsheet?
That's what you-
Right there.
I'm just trying to ask you a question. So are you saying you think we're doing secretary and treasurer separate?
No, together. There's a lot of things you brought up.
or till people start putting banners and screens. Then it gets to the policy.
It's not, I mean, it's always not, they be co-managed.
Okay,
Continue to change.
motion's been made to make it collateral duties with the secretary position.
That's it.
And it's been seconded, all in favor? Okay. All in second. Thank you. Here's the total one. Consider take action on the second person having said this, website of the board. Problem, I've been doing it the last, month, with lots of help, Kelly, she stepped back in and helped me further on this. I had no problem with someone having access to read this. The only reason I would let that person have access is if secretary cannot do her duties at the time, the secretary alone, then the computer to do it. This, you have to have a computer to get into the cloud, pull documents out, put it on your desktop, and then move it over to your website. There's a lot of keystrokes that's got to go in. You guys better go back there one time. I get one in real quick. I go back there next time, an hour and a half, and I got the second one.
Did it back up at the very.
Yeah, I mean, you can get access to your own computer, but then you have access to all the city records.
And that would be.
And that's not good. That's for.
It's
But
not,
having someone trained, say, I'm sick, I can't get it updated, have someone trained to come in by then.
it's already been approved by the council, it just hasn't been in that, and take it on as to who was appointed.
It's city council,
Okay.
it could be like that.
Back December the 2nd, 2019, when we first had the, website.
Yeah, I don't think we talked about just what Howard did, that's what scared me, is people that don't know what they're doing can do some bad.
I did say that.
And so maybe that.
Okay, this is what came in. Next on the agenda was the city website. The website is to go online January the 1st. Megan Brooks gave a progress report on the website. The website is for the citizens of Briaroaks. Megan noted that the fire chief wants the website for people to know and something, I don't know, just for that, I mean, it doesn't make sense. But anyway, administrators of the website would be 2 to 3 of the city officials. And,
Like I said, it was city council, was starting to do this.
okay, what I would suggest would be the secretary, the mayor, and the mayor pro tem. Unless
I think
somebody
Tuesday,
else.
I think Tuesday night.
Well, two's fine, but we need more than one person to access it.
I'll tell you what, if you don't do it one or twice a week, you better have something written down that you can, because it's not something that you do.
Well, it's not being kept
Kelly-
properly right now
Kelly
anyway.
Kelly was coming up for instructions, we were backing up 3 or 4 times, it's just, it's a sequence that you gotta do, you gotta put it all down and you gotta get it right. So I have no problem with adding somewhere else, but it has to be 2 months, so if someone wants to step up and be on it, we'll give them the chance. But then I have the city secretary's computer.
Well, they don't have to access it, they just ought to know how to do it.
Correct.
And they ought to know how to get in it. What I'm saying.
You don't have one person.
In
You don't
fact,
have one password.
I think to,
I'll do it, you want. I have. You know.
Just gotta be someone who's on the council.
I hear Mrs. saying, she's just, from what I understand of the states, you just need somebody other than just one person tapping the credential.
Yeah.
They, not updating it, have that in their credentials, if something was there.
If, okay, then if you have this let it put it in. So, not easy to spread, if you have a computer. The passwords are reloaded. Once you load up, they automatically load, you don't have to reload it. We do have a list of those passwords buried on a F drive. And if you do cancel them out, they might have to go back in. But right now, you gotta get into the computer first. You gotta do the password and all that. Once you get into that, then you can get into the website. Got to reload your password at home, some of your sites. Go ahead and reload it. I don't, you don't miss out. It's going to be hard enough for me to get my computer. So, okay. So, I don't think we need to vote on that, do we?
I think we had a volunteer.
Whether it's volunteer. We just like to type up what I did and I was there when they.
Should be a process, the process.
It's a process, and that's what, when Kelly come over that day, I made her do it. And I said, okay, just to know what she's doing. Each time he went to a different page, I wrote up what she's doing and why. Which get there.
The real concern I have, I think it's yours, is losing those passwords. So if somebody else has those, that's the main start.
That's what she's trying to say, and it's not stupid, because it could very easy, what if they had moved and didn't have access to her? You wouldn't know those things.
Not
Passwords were provided to the city almost a year ago, so yes, the city had them.
Are you sure they were provided?
They were provided to the attorney at some point, because they were emailed.
Is that true?
So is this gonna be our very first process to ever do in the city? I think it's.
I'm gonna talk to you, probably keep the same person,
I mean, ideally, you have some type of IT protocol, and if that position changes, the password is supposed to be.
I think it's important to recognize too that you can have more than one user. You don't just have one user, you can have multiple usernames and passwords for different controls.
And they don't have to have the same credentials, it's all about security. Nobody's profile.
it was good if you hire, be a secretary, or get there, and sort of put in and change labels out.
Might be the primary thing.
Primary,
So it's anything,
you could get the post office,
city secretary,
city secretary, and Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I'll get their position to. I'll get my seat. I've got done what we're doing next year, increase it, Okay, item 12. Discuss and consider hiring a tree specialist to prune the trees and brush. Do a dam height of 15, 16 foot. Mow our city streets and foot off the edge of the streets. Tracking from our citizens say this would include clearing of the Barbara Mister up here. Anything, and I've got a couple of points so far, see if it looks like a budget.
The $1 was very interesting.
Oh, yeah, that's why we're getting the third vote. This, one was super high, one looks like it's decent, and I'm getting them super high. Y'all didn't look through.
You say $1 million?
No, I heard.
How much did you say?
Well, it is, $1. But then it was right up, we talked about.
Oh, yeah. See, I had one put in here, they're $19,000.
I'll do it for 18
We do have 5 miles, believe it or not, in Starbucks. But my second quote come in at 58 feet. Which is more than I figured it should be. Because like I said, we got 5 miles of roads, and that's trimming Tarver.
It's gonna be, you're talking about the S curve or all boroughs, right?
That's all roads.
Does the county take care of Carver?
Nobody county take that.
We're gonna do tar down to city side. That, well, that's not the problem. That's from how it.
You'll come in and do something at the house store.
If you see the ice storm, you got out there in the ice storm, if you don't make a way there,
Really?
it's surprised we didn't have it to break.
Okay, what do you ask them?
Okay,
Motion to move forward.
Motion to move forward.
Motion to move forward, and researching the correct street and trees on the curb as described.
So you put this on the agenda for the next meeting, you'll have all of them.
Nope. Yep. Everybody look at the next year, you're gonna have it all closed. Okay. So they got to come to bring up the city. I did not touch it.
Well, you're doing something like so hopefully
Any else in the world? You get a strike on all things. I lost it. Oh. You're not going to say it.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah, there's. Yeah.
Yeah.
They said,
That's why they made this service. Oh, it's great. Don't do all that.
What do you want?
It's been
Okay.
And you did do that one, I don't know.
Yeah, just what I'm gonna do, hey, just looking at our.
We'll make sure it's still in, so I sit back. It all
They will go through that and,
which still goes with, and it's all, does all the model calculations.
okay, item 13, for the meeting, so we have to look at it. Things, as a future agenda items.
You did that right around. For the next meeting,
If he gives us some good number,
being
he give us a good number, yet?
I'm retracting the possible flood, probably that.
Contingency had 1,000 built in, so if you need any more.
Yeah, don't get into this, for that as an item.
And it was 10,500, or, 11,500, sure.
Mine is one minute, so like this, could be an animal. Better, yeah, this, it is.
there a way to address that? We don't need it, if they come back in 2 weeks and say they can go, now we have to wait for a month and a half to get that approved. Is there a way that we can give that adjustment authority to the mayor?
That's why I'm not saying we can. Well, probably they're gonna do it, kind of, have an information to go over. This is not supposed to percent.
It's fine, but we can probably set some guidelines for the mayor to approve that.
Perfect, we're gonna talk over, you know, I budgeted 15 grand, I figured you'd probably focus. When I was in the budgeting bid, I ran with that, I got to go from someone else, that, 77,000.
Guidance down that pathway. I assume that somebody might have motioned for the mayor to authorize up to
Governmentally,
So any expenditure of public funds, right, is gonna have to be approved at a city council meeting. So if you have a contract and there's a couple of things that you need to get negotiated, but they're otherwise okay with the contract, you can say, we approve this contract and authorize the mayor to negotiate this portion to a maximum of this amount. And so that way, if it's done before the next city council meeting, it's, you know, right in between, and he can negotiate that, and he can legally sign it.
Okay, so the council party approved this contract.
we
Have you?
approve it, I understand, with it,
So.
that was like, days last week.
So is the contract exactly the same otherwise?
Yes, I believe the cost, other cost. Dollar.
Make a motion to authorize,
You have to put on another agenda, so you have until the next meeting to do that, because it's not on this agenda. So that, I mean, but maybe rather than you can get it all done, and you can just approve it and it'll be done.
Only 36 hours, yeah.
If it's within 10%, you can do it, because it's already approved for 10%.
Yeah, you need to before the first.
It's certainly,
It doesn't,
will be a hundred to 10%.
yeah, it doesn't take a lot. There's one item on the agenda, meeting, 36 hours.
Maybe they'll have negotiation power. Hey, if you keep it under this number, we can go ahead and say go.
Right.
We were close to having a special meeting.
We want, it's a, yeah.
I got
Maybe a special meeting.
Okay.
That's something to do.
In fact, the thing already is, just the future items, you know, we can, you know, other than meeting a month, October.
And we would have a long,
So
they do under the one and all
as soon as I get through with this 11 page and query to the state, and I gotta go back and do jobs, for more security of records. And so,
that is what every high was about the former mayor of.
I got good opinion from the states and, sorry, it was supposed to be done a month.
Well, and we ever audited on that police account.
Oh, yeah. Word that on the base, got signed off, it's in the books. Like your
Nice.
guy,
I thought they came
the
to-
guy actually came to my house. We did-
Yeah.
We get, there's one before he came.
Yeah, I heard that.
Well, we don't do that in classrooms.
We don't have to get trouble.
Yes.
So for future discussions, I'd like to share with you my, which I'm not sure if it's appropriate or anything, but I would have a bit of a concern about the secretary and the treasurer being one and the same. Where is the check and balance? Who's checking to make sure that the secretary is not? Where's the checks in there to make sure? I'm uncomfortable that like the secretary is available to call and audit me, and I'm the treasurer, so I'm able to stay with that.
That's when we go back to the Tuesday night.
Well, I think.
Where's that
I
conversation?
think there is with your.
It's not in here, but all
It's the mayor and it's the eyes.
So the legal requirement for an audit is a third party that's not anybody up here. unless they have a professional person who works for the city.
But I'm
So
not concerned about.
She's worried about somebody walking out with the money.
Yeah, who's checking, where's the check? Where's the check of? Yeah, that is a concern for me.
Well, you've always had access.
That's why they all brought it to my legs.
yeah, the mayor
and the city audits.
The mayor pro tem always had access to statements before.
And it's like we talked about bond insurance, also that kind of.
So, yeah, that is too, it's too.
Are you saying to me it is a required two signature?
Well,
And so I can take you to school, I want money, I have to have a two signature
The
check.
council will probably vote on that once we get a secretary place, and the check goes back over the private practice, two signatures.
Okay. That is,
Be two, regardless if you have a secretary or not.
I agree. I mean, I think that there needs to
It
be
should
some
be,
kind
now,
of
because
check
our
in place.
secretaries resigned.
But honestly, the banks don't care about two signatures.
Well,
No,
It is an.
It's only a checks about the best council because
That's okay, there is a check and balance that does put one in.
Well, there always was. There was always another signer on the account. It wasn't just the secretary or just the treasurer.
but we've proven one person can sign it,
Oh, yeah.
and it goes right.
Yeah, it's been that way for over a decade.
but yeah, banks don't care, won't say anything.
No, you're correct, but it's still, when you have a check in place, it may keep me the criminal from executing my criminal ability real quick.
Just for any curiosity, I worked for a church for a long time. We had a two-sign system at our church, and but we had to turn it on the checks that any amount over $250 would require a second signature. So then you got a little flexibility in that system. You're just doing that day-to-day, cheap, easy expense.
Not even,